YouTube, it's your boy brother Dennis, and today is the day the Lord provided us with, so to God be the glory. I found this pigeon this morning. That's one of my pigeons, actually. I have a heating pad under those puppy sheets. I got some feed there, and then I got some feed that I blended up, like to try to get some mineral water in there, and like to get some water but has minerals. And I do have a syringe. So this guy, I don't think he's gonna make it. But let me explain what happened. He got kicked out of the nest because the nest above him, the birds laid eggs. And he was a singleton. No, he wasn't, but the one above him was a singleton, right? And what happened was somehow the singleton got kicked out of the nest. And I put him back in there a couple times and he got kicked out. So then what he did was he ended up going from box 4, which is right here. Well, let me back it up a little bit, maybe. I don't know. So anyway, what happened was he got kicked out of this nest, the box 4 nest, which is right here, kicked out onto the floor, and he hung out on the floor, and then he jumped into the box down there, box 5, where it had 2 babies in it that were like a couple days younger than him. Not much. You can see him back there. So he or her, but it's probably a him, he ended up kicking the weakest baby out of the nest. The mother and father was feeding all of them. So it's been raining really hard for the last 2 days. So I come out here this morning, and the weakest baby, the smallest baby, is jammed into this corner right here, freezing, starving, like they rejected him. Well, he got kicked out of the nest, and well, that's him. He's like 3 weeks old, him or her, and I can hear him gurgling when he breathes. So that's why I put him on a heating pad. I'm not gonna give him any medicine. I don't have any to give him anyway. But it's the strong survive. I don't want, if the genetics doesn't work out. And the sad part is he's a baby from my best pair of pigeons, and on paper they're my best pair of pigeons. And he got kicked out of the nest, and it's been raining. I ended up cleaning my loft. I don't know if y'all could tell, but I scraped it today. Today's actually Monday. I normally scrape it on Sunday, but it was raining so hard yesterday that I couldn't get I just didn't want to clean my loft in the rain, and it was wet in here. And I don't like these aviaries, or these, I call them porches, because not really an aviary. Aviary is meant for birds to fly. This is for them to get sun, so it's like a porch. But they let water in when the water dries, and it's like, and the floor gets a little tiny bit wet, and then it was driving rain, so a little bit of water got in through the door. And so I wanted to clean everything up. I like keeping the floor clean. Of course, I scrape off my stuff. Well, here's my young bird team, y'all. So far, this is what I got: 12 birds. I had 4 more in the nest. I have 4 more in the nest, so that's 16. But I don't think one's gonna make it. So, I'm praying that he makes it. I'm like, Lord, if it's your will, allow this pigeon to live. And so I'm praying that he makes it. But you can still see some of the water. It's about 65 degrees a day. You see some of the water out there. I shut them out on the law. I shut them out when I clean, because I don't like them flying around my head, and I don't like scaring them and spooking them and all that. So I got a little food down there. I'm not gonna let them fly today. I've been holding them back for right now. But I will show you how I trap train them. And they're all trap trained. These, even the ones that haven't flown yet, they are trap trained now. Because what I do is I put the food down. They know the food's in here. I keep the bobs down. And then when I walk out of here, the older birds, they all show the younger birds how to get through the trap to get to the food. And they know I'm out now. They see me out here. They hear me talking. They know the food's down there. And they're going to start trapping in a minute. Y'all going to go get some food? It is a nice day out. They've been locked up for the last 3 days. Well, anyway, they're all trapped through there. They're all, they've been trying to get in there, but the board's been down. So I don't know if they realize. Once the first one goes through, they'll all go through. Are y'all going to go through? They'll go through. But yeah, this is my young bird team. They want to fly, actually. Especially these Midas birds. See these birds here? Their wings are shaking. They want to go. Like this dude here is like, open the door. Like he wants to fly. They want to fly. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the 4 Midas birds out tomorrow morning or tomorrow first. Let them range off. And then I'll let all the other babies out to get settled and stretch their wings. And look at this. That's a Mr. 500 kid right there, Adrian, with the blue band on. Look how good he looks. There goes the first one. That's it. Now there they go. Boom. And watch my Adrian P babies. They're all my birdies. My Texas birds, all of them they're all gonna trap. There they go. Boom. There they go. Boom. There they go. There they go. Y'all trapping? The food's in there. Food's in there. Food's in there. These 2 in the back of the Texas birds. That's my that's the newest bird right there. That's a tough guy baby. There he goes. Boom. They're all trapped. So they all know how to get in that trap. And that's how I trap train them right there. I let the young ones, the old ones teach the young ones. And there they go. And now what I'll do is now that I know that they trapped once today, because they don't like me, they're not tame. When I come in here, they try to get away. So what I do is I'll put the trap back up. That way they feel safe by running out. They'll run out there. They don't like me. See how they jumping up there? Look at this guy. Yeah, they're not tame by no means. And I don't mind. I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at them. Maybe I'll tame the one that's sick. I don't know, but I'm not mad at them, y'all, for not being tame. You know, to God be the glory. I'm glad I have pigeons. You know, I want them to be wild. I want them to be flyers. You know, and it's sad when you think about it because all not just pigeons, but because of our sin and our disobedience from God, all nature suffers because of our sin. We live in a world of sin, even these animals, because think about it. Before Adam sinned, the animals were in the Garden of Eden too, and they weren't eating each other. God sustained everything. So these animals weren't prey. But now because of the sin of man, these animals are the chicken of the sky. Everything wants to eat them. Even my family members down here say they want to eat some pigeons. Like if they don't work out, they'll take the pigeons. Like I'm like, bro, I'd rather just, I don't know if let them eat them or set them free. I don't know if you even can set pigeons free because they'll just keep coming back. So I don't know. I don't know how to call pigeons. I know how people do it, but I don't think I can. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. But that's something I haven't thought about, is how to call the pigeons that I don't want or don't need anymore. Maybe I can give them away. You can't give away homing pigeons unless somebody wants to use them as breeders or keep them locked. I believe you can try to resettle them. So I would try to resettle them, I guess, with somebody else. I don't know. I don't want to keep like a pet pigeon loft. That's too much. So I don't know. Maybe they will be dinner. I heard the meat's really it's like duck. I heard it was really dark. So I don't know. I just don't feel like I can needlessly butcher God's creatures because they don't fly fast or this or that. You know, if they do get eliminated, it would be they would be used for meat. Feed my dogs something. But this video took a weird turn. YouTube, that's what happens, you know. And PTSD kicks in sometimes and you wander off topic. So I got a sick pigeon. I separated him because I didn't like the way he was gurgling. Got him on some heat, and hopefully he can make it. If not, you know, I'm not gonna do too much. You know, I I need better nest boxes next year. I know what I need. I know. You know, you live and you learn. And the sad part is you're living and you're learning with creatures are paying the price for your mistakes. Eggs are getting broken, or babies are dying in the nest, or whatever the case may be. Pigeons get lost and then they become prey. You know, I don't know. You know, I just feel like I feel a responsibility as a steward. God gave us dominion over all animals and plants and everything on the earth. But I feel like we need to be good stewards. If you know, I feel like our hearts need to be in the right place, and we just can't view animals as possessions. We have to maintain that all life is important, all life is created by God, and that life has value. Even, you know, because of my spirituality has been heightened in the last 4 months since I've been in North Carolina, since I feel like I'm elevating myself spiritually. You know, I had to kill some wasps the other day. I didn't feel good about it, you know? Stepping on roaches or ants and stuff like that. I don't feel good about it. I don't. It's necessary, you know, because we do live in a world of sin, and, you know, some things kill other things. That's what nature is now. But people don't see, like, I'll tell a little story. I guess everybody can check out if they got ADHD and want to go to another video. But I left church Friday night, and there was this big cloud. The sky was dark, but the moon was out so you could see, and it was a big cloud. And the whole way home, it was just lighting up with lightning inside the cloud. Lightning really wasn't striking the ground. It was like fireworks going off, but inside this cloud. And it was just like glad. To me, it was like God was clapping, you know, smacking his hands together, clapping. And, you know, as I was leaving church riding home, I was just thinking, you know, before there was, you know, any type of 10 Commandments, or before Jesus came, and before the Bible, and before any of that stuff, you know, God revealed himself to humans through nature. He created Adam and put him in the Garden of Eden and surrounded him in nature. And that's how early on, you know, this is how my other pastor put it to me. God revealed himself to man originally through nature. You knew that somebody created these animals through creation. That's how God reveals himself to you. And everything you see around you, if you just sit down on a park bench and look around you and block out everything that's man-made and start looking at the natural world around you, you would see the beauty in what God has created for us. You know, and these animals are creations. They have life. They have value. Because we live in a world of sin, we have dominion over plants and animals to feed ourselves, to clothe ourselves. But that doesn't mean we can be reckless and careless and just murder a bunch of pigeons because they don't fly fast. So, but to each his own. I'm not preaching on here. I'm just saying that's how I feel about it. That's why I stand about it. That's why I didn't want to get raggedy birds to begin with, because I didn't want to have to call a bunch of birds. That's why I got respectable birds from respectable people. And, you know, a few of them get lost. I'd rather them get lost, not make it home, and maybe have a chance of surviving on their own than me having to call a bunch of birds. So that is food for thought. When you go to invest in pigeons, that's the difference between a $50 pigeon, a free pigeon, and a $500 pigeon. Is if you want to kill a bunch of birds to get one good one, then by all means, buy, 10 for 100. But if you're not, that's not who you are, then just save your money and get a pigeon and value it. And that's where I'm at. I have to learn, though, and I don't have $500 per pigeon, not at this moment. But I'm sure as I keep drawing closer to God, God knows what's on my heart, and He'll provide. And if He feels I don't need it, then He won't. So it's all about God, man. It's all about how you feel you want to live this life. You know, a lot of people say, woo, woo, woo. The only thing I got to say about the woo, woo, wooers is this. If I'm wrong, I lived a good life and I'm just worm food. But if you're wrong and God does exist and you've been disobedient your whole life and hell is what they say it is, then I'd rather be wrong. I'd rather take my chances being wrong and be worm food than gnawing my teeth and suffering for eternity. Personal preference. Do what you do. I'm not a preacher. The beautiful bird there. That's a tough guy, baby. That's Mr. Tough Guy, baby, right there. That's Mike Rocky Ridge bloodlines or birds I got from him. Because a couple of the birds I got from him he didn't breed them. Maybe I don't know, because they didn't come with pedigrees. They're like beginner birds. They're good quality racing pigeons. Some of them are older, like 2019, I think one or two of them are. So nobody keeps around birds that aren't worth anything. So for the birds to be 3 and 4 years old, that means they had value. So Mike just took his loft to a different direction. He's got a lot of high-end birds. Pedigree birds. He's moved out his older stock to make room for the direction he's going in. You know, so I appreciate the ones he not gave me, but the ones I acquired from him. I appreciate the ones I got from Curtis. I appreciate all my birds. Silvio, I appreciate him. I really appreciate him. I don't mean to say that in a funny way, but he really sold me some good birds for a good price. And so did Vern. Vern even sold me good birds for a better price. And I mean good birds. You know, Mr. Vern Clausen. So I've been blessed, man. God will do it. What are you doing over there? Look at that bird. He's flapping. What is he, all right? He's flapping it. Oh, that's the baby. I think that's the baby. I don't know. Let me see what they're doing. Let's see what he's doing over here. Is he stuck? What are you doing? Who are you? Who are you? Oh, no, oh, your door's closed. I'm sorry. Your door's closed. There you go. He's trying to get in his box. That's the father. That's the father of the pigeon that's sick. No, it's not. Never mind. No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. That's a bird I got from my man, Air Champ Lofts, Curtis. That's a bird I got from Curtis right there. That's a beautiful cock right there. Yep. So I got all these birds. I got 4 of these boxes. Actually 5 boxes. All have fake eggs in them. So they're all sitting on fake eggs. I got 9 eggs in the incubator right now. They only had 1 egg. This pair here, this is Mr. Tough Guy. I got him locked up because I was cleaning the loft. I don't know if you can see him in there, but Mr. Tough Guy, he only had 1 egg because his babies broke the other egg. So I put that in the incubator, and I'm trying to get them to do another round. And I'm gonna use these guys in here as pumpers because they're not really producing any eggs themselves that are fertile, or they're not living. Even though they got 2 eggs in the incubator right now, I'm gonna use them as pumpers. So I'm gonna find value instead of eliminating them because they haven't produced all year as far as a viable baby. They've laid eggs and they get bullied. And I don't know if that has something to do with it, but so I just keep them quarantined in their box, and I'm going to use them as pumpers for a couple of my eggs that are hatching, just to try to get an extra round out, especially now that one of my pigeons is sick. So I'm not buying anymore. I'm trying to get to 25. I'm up to 50. I'm up to 16 right now. I'm not going to count my man out yet. So I have 16 right now and 9 eggs in the incubator. And I'm trying to get him to go one more time, 1 or 2 from him, from Mr. Tough Guy, and I'm probably going to be done. So if I can get to 25, I can hold 30 in here. My calculations say 30 young birds in here. I'm going to lose a couple. I'm not ignorant or naive about that. When I start training them and all that, I'm going to lose a couple. So we can only box 20 at our club, and I want to start the season with 20. I hope, prayerfully, and I'm going to start the season with 20, and whatever survives. 7 or 8 races, and I'm racing all other races, 500s and all. I'm racing them. I'm not saving any birds. I'm not holding any birds back. Now, because I was looking to see if I had any real small hens or things that I would worry about, but they all look big, nice and tough, medium to large birds. That's probably the smallest one right there, but that's the youngest one too. Matter of fact, no, it's not. That's a Mr. 500 kid right there. Probably a hen. Small bird. Got some beautiful birds in here. I'm just babbling right now, y'all. That's what I do. But, man, I love everybody. This has been a Loft update. And I'm going to come outside so they can eat and everything. And pray for the little guy will make it. Maybe I'll have he'll tame down. I don't know. Yeah, pray for him, y'all. Put some prayer hands in the comments, subscribe, help support your boy who has, help support your boy who's got PTSD, and who's been battling weight loss, or battling battling obesity, and I've lived through the car accident. I made it through near death COVID, PTSD, all the afflictions, and that's a different testimony. My testimony is a different video. Maybe I'll do a testimony video and let y'all know what I've really been through, and what God, how I attribute it to God. When you're being when you're disobedient to God, this is my opinion, my view. When you're disobedient to God and you call out, God, save my marriage, I'll promise I'll be a better person, and he saves your marriage and you're not a better person, then he goes, okay, you got me that time, then you're in a car accident or you're somewhere and you say, God, I need you. Help me. I promise. I'm getting locked up, or they took my kids away. I'll be a better person. Help me out of this. Help me. Pray. I'm crying on you. I'm crying for it. I'm crying. And you make all, because God's a merciful God. He's grace. He's got grace and mercy for you. So you call out, and then you lie, and you don't. So when he goes, so then you say, okay, God, I'm in this car accident. I want to live. Help me, God. He's like, yeah, you got me a couple times. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you live. I'm going to give you that mercy. But now you got PTSD. Now your legs don't work. Now so as a reminder of your disobedience, he let you know, yeah, I saved you, but you're going to walk with a limp, or your shoulder ain't going to work, or your brain is scrambled, as a reminder for your disobedience to me. And now as you become more obedient, if you take that reminder, it's like the gnawing. It's like the worm gnaws at you. If you don't get the point, if you don't get it, eventually he'll get your attention. One way or the other. You destroy yourself by being disobedient. You bring destruction on yourself. And that's what I've done in my life by being disobedient. I finally brought my own destruction on. But I might not be the smartest guy in the room, but I do have a GED, and I figured it out that, hey, I might want to stop doing this, or I'm headed for the grave, like, quickly, before my time. It's every man to die, at least once. But if you're dead spiritually, then you're gonna die every day in hell, every day, and wake up the next day, and you're gonna wish you're dead, blah blah blah. So that's where I'm at with that. My own disobedience put me in the situation that I'm in. But the good thing about God is when you become obedient, he starts lifting as you show that you're obedient, and as you prove yourself to God, your PTSD gets better. You start losing weight. You start granting you small things, granting you things of your heart, things of your desire, and let you know that, okay, you're on the right track. Let's go, and feed you along like we do these pigeons, training you, getting you to where you're a vessel for him. And it's all so he can get the glory. It's all for somebody to sit on YouTube and say, man, I destroyed myself and God resurrected me. I was been resurrected through my faith in God. And if you're here to hear that, I hope if it just helps one person, listen, you can get in the comments. I can do different videos. We can talk. I can email, whatever. Trust me, I was destroyed. I destroyed myself, and I've been resurrected. Not in the sense of Jesus. I don't want to blaspheme, so I'm not saying that. I'm as far as my spiritual resurrection. Physically, I'm getting stronger. I'm not the same person I was 6 months ago or a year ago. Even a YouTube friend of mine commented and was like, yo, I can see you getting better and stronger, and your attitude's better and stronger, and this and that, and from when I first started YouTube. That's why I make these videos. I started making these videos as therapy and something, and to share it, just because it was a YouTube video that helped me start sitting up to where I was strong enough to reach up and start reaching for God. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna give back. And then I want to make this channel successful, because I'm on disability right now. I don't have a lot of financial income, but anything that comes from this YouTube channel will go to ministry, whether it's feeding the homeless. I bought chickens to feed the homeless, and to feed my family, but to feed the homeless. I got chickens to feed the homeless. You know, I'm gonna raise eggs. I'm gonna butcher the chickens. You know, raise them. You know, I got one rooster and about 10 or 12 hens, and I'm you know, so I don't want to brag up. I'm not bragging. What I'm saying is, if anything does come of this YouTube channel, it will be to give back. It's therapy now, and if it helps somebody that was in my same position, if it helps somebody, you know, I know I'm babbling, y'all. It's 25 minutes. I'm sorry about that. I really am. But when you talk about the goodness of God, you can't help yourself. I'm sorry. I did it again. Oh, hallelujah. I'm sorry. I did it again. Praise God. I did it again. I'm sorry. I got to get off here. But to God be the glory. I'm not trying to be funny. Sometimes I just can't contain myself. And I get into this loft, man. I just feel heavenly. I just feel like, look at that. Like, how can you not see the beauty in that bird? How can you not see the magnificence of God for creating such animals? You know, I talked about God in one of my videos and lost like 5 subscribers. So if that's you, if that's who you are, you're gonna unsubscribe because I talk about God, then I'm gonna pray for you. I am. I'm gonna pray for you. I pray for everybody. The beauty of these birds. They're just beautiful. You too, God bless you. Be safe out there.